Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, representing Kogi Central Senatorial District, has described the mode of playing politics in Nigeria as extremely dangerous for women. The Kogi lawmaker emphasized the financial aspects of politics, stating that running for office in Nigeria is expensive. Okay, let me halt there and allow you to dissect what she said. Is politics the domain for women in Nigeria?
I have said, if you had a challenge that would prevent you from staying in heat or in any environment that is hot, and the profession to take would not be that of a cook, a chef, or someone who's working in a restaurant. I've said this because I understand that Nigerians want to be asthmatic and go to a rice mill and work. Nigerians want to, be right-handed and go and play the game of polo. Right? So there are certain things that are a given. Everywhere in the world, politics has its own ingredients. Everywhere in the world. In America, for instance, the biggest democracy. Why do you think Joe Biden stepped down? You think it was because he indeed thought to himself that, oh, I'm old, I'm aged. You think that's why he stepped down? No. The fundings that were coming from the donors dried out. They were not coming anymore. They had said that if you allowed a Joe Biden go against a Donald Trump, in this condition, a Donald Trump will certainly win a Joe Biden. And let me just even put it for the record purposes. Donald Trump is going to win this election. I said it the first time that he's not going to win the second coming. I said it. If you go to my Facebook page, you're going to see it before the election. I said he was not going to win it. People thought I was joking, and he didn't win it. I'm saying it again, live on air. Donald Trump is going to win this election. And let me go back to what I was talking about. It was because of the fundings. The fundings were not coming. He understood that if he did not have the fundings, he would not be able to prosecute the election and win. And that's why he threw in the tower. Those who are not good political watchers will say, oh, he's a man who understands his condition. Okay, if he did, why did he contest in the first instance? Why did he say he wanted to be a part of it? Why did he go on all this while? Why did he not say, oh, I'm not going to do a second term, I'm going to allow my vice to do it? He only buckled, threw in the towel, because fundings were not coming. Therefore, if that society still, the politics there is still propelled by funding, is still propelled by a lot of money, why do you think it's going to be any different, particularly in our region, in this underdeveloped community? Why do you think it's going to be any different? An underdeveloped community where the people do not understand any better how to choose other than they choose based on what was given them. The people who vote in a democracy should be able to sit down and rationally assess the candidates that are coming up for the election to say, oh, this one is sound. This one's economic policy or blueprints are capable of changing the American state or the Nigerian state. People must be able to thoroughly assess their candidates so that when they go to the booth, they elect those people. That's what a democracy is. But in Africa, we are not as educated to be able to sit down and analyze critically the candidates that are going to be presented for elections. We're not able to do that because we're educationally backward. That's the reality. The only thing that is a consideration for us in Africa, in Nigeria particularly, is how much is the man giving? How much is he willing to give? Understanding this, knowing full well that this is the practice in Africa and in Nigeria, do you therefore think that if you do not have money like Andy Akpoti, you are going to say, I want to contest as a senator? You do not have money, you are going to say, I want to. You must understand, even the scripture says it, let he who wants to build a house first sit down and consider the cost. The cost of building the house. I want to change the space of politics in Nigeria. I understand that these are the intrigues, these are the necessities you know, in the Nigerian political terrain or firmament, you must go first to equip yourself with those things so that when you come in.
So women in Nigeria don't have that capacity?
So that's what she had just said. Because when do they have meetings? They have meetings usually, you know, at night.
Because, you know, we just saw Kamala Harris.
Yes.
Once Biden stepped down, she was able to raise, as at now, it's $2 million.
Absolutely, because that was what the donors were waiting for.
Okay.
The donors wanted, you know, Biden to step down before they start pushing in the money.
Okay.
That's why you saw that as soon as he stepped down, the money started coming.
Exactly.
There in America, American politics is still governed by money. Donald Trump has a lot of money and he's got a lot of people who are donating, who are willing to donate to him. So if you cannot, just step aside. And I do not like preferences to be given to any sex.
Oh, good.
All of these things that they say, oh, women should be given this consideration. Women, when we were in school, did they give women
weighty analysis, and I myself will go back to rewatch this video, and if you want to do that, you can do that on our YouTube and also on our Facebook. But first of all, we want to thank our guests. Thank you so much, Andy Akpoti.
Thank you so much for having me.
Always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you.
And with this, we wrap it up on ATN Politics.